just put down what you want. I would like to be in this physical health, but I'm so and so old. Scratch the butt. Scratch the butt. Take away the butt. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, this is a channel where we want to think, we want to grow, and we want to contribute. Today we're going to talk about what do you want? So the first time I really started thinking about this question, what do you want, was after I listened to a seminar done by Bob Proctor, which was an amazing seminar. And he said that when you ask for that question, most people are actually unable to answer it. And instead of answering what they do want, they start saying what they do not want. And I did a little test of my own. So I went and talked to some friends and I asked them, what do you want? And lo and behold, the first thing that they start sharing is the things that they do not want. Quite fascinating to think about that. Maybe for a lot of us, we actually don't really know what we want. And Henry David Thoreau said that the mass of men live lives of quiet desperation. And maybe you can resonate with that. Maybe you can relate to that, this idea that you aren't really doing what you feel like you were put here to do. And today I'm gonna have 3 simple tips that I think can really help you figure out what you want to do. Tip number 1 is to take one of these, simply a blank piece of paper, okay? Then you take that blank piece of paper and you write this question: what do I want? Then you start writing down everything and anything that you want. Do not allow the limits of your imagination prevent you from going all out, okay? So when it says, what do I want? A lot of people, including myself, would say, well, I would like to maybe live in this type of house, but that's never gonna happen. When you start writing your answers, just write down everything that you want. Even if in your mind, it doesn't seem feasible that you will ever attain that, whether that is health related, maybe it's mental, emotional health, spiritual health, financial health, relationships, the type of job that you want, the type of financial freedom that you want, whatever it is that you want, just write it down. Even if you think you believe you will never get it, this is about what you want, not about what you think you can get. Okay, that's a very important distinction, because I know from experience that is difficult. So write down what you want. Tip number 2 I got from this book by Mr. Tony Robbins called Awaken the Giant Within. The second tip is to break down what you want into 4 categories. And the first category would be personal development goals. So this is goals that deals with just the areas that you want to grow in as a person. It could be confidence, it could be humility, it could be knowledge. And again, you write down your personal development goals and anything that you want to accomplish. And you can even do it within a 3-year time period or maybe a 5-year time period. Number 2 will be your career, business, and economic goals. What type of job would you love to have? If you can have any job in the world, if you can pursue any type of career, what would that career be? And again, this is simply what you want. Number 3 will be your adventure goals, like your toys, like what do you want to experience? For example, for me, I would love to drive cross country United States, from the East Coast to the West Coast, to see all the beautiful states, go to all the parks and the scenery. I would love to do that. I would even love to do that on a bike. That's an adventure goal that I have. Just explore the amazing earth. That's something I would love to do. So that could be an example of adventure goal. And the last one is the contribution goals. And I really like that one, because sometimes, at least I can kind of wrestle with this idea of wanting a certain type of economic status, wanting a certain type of income. Even in the book, Tony Robbins mentioned that contribution is what life is about. That we can become the best person ourselves, we can contribute to our family, to our friends, to our neighborhood. And that contribution can be in terms of time, energy, financial, mental, emotional, spiritual, but it's all about contributing. So it's this beautiful dance when you contribute to others that people will reciprocate back to you. And I think this is kind of a tangent, but I just thought of this, that people deep down are actually good. People want to do good. And the reason people have deviated from the path of goodness is because of a variety of reasons, but I think deep down people want to do good. So I think when we contribute to others, most people, if they are in a, what you can maybe call like a healthy state of mind, would want to reciprocate that contribution back to us. I believe that's the way we are, call it created, which I believe, or the way we are wired, whatever your belief system kind of makes sense of that. But when you give it to someone else, when you contribute to someone else, they want to respond to you. So that was a little more than I wanted to say about contribution. I think contribution is such an important aspect of life. And the last tip, that is to look at what you wrote down. You can kind of narrow it down, make it as concise as you can, but look at that every single day. When you look at that every single day, it reminds you what you want. It activates the reticular activation system, and something happens on the neurophysiological level. There are other people that can explain that a lot better, like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, or Tony Robbins. But something happens to us when we revisit the things that we want and we kind of meditate on that, we ruminate on it. So instead of thinking about all the things that we don't want, which a lot of people do, we start thinking about the things that we do want, and we recondition our mind to think about what we want. This is something I'm learning myself. I'm trying to put into practice. So I just want to share with you guys. If you have any questions, any thoughts, always feel free to put them in the comment below. And thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care and keep dreaming.